Well, folks, welcome to another episode of Midwest River Rat. I'm filming this intro well after the fact of this trip, but what you're about to see is my second annual trip going down 3 different rivers that all connect, starting from my main river in my hometown. Then I hit the Chippewa River, and then I take that all the way to the Mississippi. I'm getting on the Red Ceder, but then I'm gonna hop right onto the Chippewa. It's not too far away from where I'm getting on this year, where I got on this year. I was trying to use a cheap camera, and it just didn't work, so my intro was all weird, and there's just some technical difficulties. So I'm filming this now, put together into a little bit of a series. Not sure how many videos it's going to end up being. I pretty much spend my nights editing and then a little bit of sleep. I'm going to try not to ramble on here too much, but I just kind of wanted to give a better introduction to what is going to be going on in this series than what I ended up doing while I was on the water filming this. Really excited to bring you on this journey. It's going to be a lot of work getting through this footage, but it's a lot of good stuff. I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'm going to go catch fish right now. I'll see y'all on the other side of this 8-day river adventure. Wow, this kayak is a freaking boulder now in the water. I could definitely fish here if these tree branches weren't in the way for casting, but like there was no water there. Heck, there was no water way out there. There's a nice beach. All this wasn't water. There was a little bit of water back there, but this you could all walk on. Man, if these tree branches just weren't here. And the water wasn't so high. I mean, I can fish that direction and cast fairly easy. Now, where did I cross here? Right now, I've already decided that I could fish it. I want to fish it. Obviously, I want to fish it. It's just a matter of, am I safe here? Maybe I should put my tent and all my stuff up here. As much as it would suck to be that far away from the water. You got all this itchweed up here, but I'd be pretty high. I mean, that's like a good 8-10 feet above water level, at least 7. I really wanted to try the kayak, or the hammock too. All right, I've got this big cooler. Well, not big, but my ice packs are already melting, but it's just gonna have to do. Keep my worms alive as long as possible, I guess. I thought I was hearing some thunder, trying to get my radar to pull up, but oh great, my rod holders are inside there under all that. Awesome. All right, got them out. But I got a worm on here. And I'm going to cast it out over here. And last time I camped here, granted this was August, not July, I got bait like so quick here. Set the drag. And throw one more bottom one out and one on a bobber. That's As soon as I get some bait, I'll pull one of them in, and then I'll throw some catfish bait out on a catfish rod. All right, radar loaded. And yes, I do have a storm coming towards me. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I hear thunder. It might even go right by me, or at least break up enough to where it's not going to be a big issue. Ooh! Got a fish. Hugging on the bottom. Got it. Hopefully it's something I can use for bait. Whatever it is pulling. Feels like a catfish even. If it's small enough. Nope, sheephead. Looks like a sheephead. Drum. I'm going to start trying to call these things what they actually are. Freshwater drum. It's a decent sized one. Man, it's bait. It's not exactly what I want, but I ain't going to complain when I don't have anything else. It's a lot of bait at least, and it's encouraging because, well, besides the fact that any bait is better than no bait, there's fish here and they're biting. Boy, I just cast this rod out. It's already getting tapped. Feels like another drum. Hopefully it ain't. I'd like a bluegill or a perch or something. It's definitely smaller. Nope, it's another drum. Well, at least I know I can get bait. He swallowed it too. Got my worm back. So I'm gonna let him go. I don't know if I'll be able to find you again in here, dude. Well, hopefully he can find his way out. I already got a pretty big drum. I don't need another drum yet. Well, I hear thunder, but the radar looks like it's gonna go right by me. So, hopefully it does. But either way, this is where I had my makeshift deer blind hammock last time. And then I bent this little tree over last year to put my tarp over. That worked pretty good. So I'm gonna do the same thing. This year it'll be a lot more comfortable in a real hammock. I got cleaned off on one of my bottom rigs. And I don't really think drum do that unless he sucked it in and spat the hook. But bluegill are notorious for doing that, so that would be really sweet if there were bluegill feeding over there. It'd be pretty cool, man. Alright, there's my hammock with the mosquito net, so I won't have to worry about bugs at least. Not exactly the most ideal spot to put it, but it works. Well, that is like a really bad job. But the way I had to put my hammock up here is really hard to get the tarp all the way around it. So I'm just gonna bank on it not raining and then hope that this works if it does rain. Either way, we're gonna make the best of it. I think I have a fish on that little orange pole. Oh, yep, I definitely have a fish on it. And it's not pulling real hard. So hopefully it's like a bluegill or something. Nope, I think it's a sheephead. There's just so much line out. And I don't think he realized he was hooked yet. Oh, it is pretty small though. Ooh, this could be what we're looking for. Swimming like a bluegill. Ah, it's just another drum. It's just another drum. Well, before these guys decide to shut off, I think I am going to keep one more. Just so that I don't run out of bait. At least this guy didn't swallow it. You know what? I'm going to cut this one up right now and throw him out. And I actually brought a cutting board. Yay! No more cutting in the dirt or trying to find a log. The storm actually went right by me, and I watched it on the radar, so that was really nice. I got a big huge freshwater drum head out on one of my catfish rods, and then I've got a bait rod out. I need to get another bait rod out because all I've got is drum, and as much as drum is better than not having any other thing, drum's probably one of the last baits I want to use, but it's definitely better than not having any bait. But I'm gonna spend a night here. I slept here 2 nights last year. I'm only gonna spend 1 night here this year, and then I'm gonna spend a night in the next spot I camped a little bit further. If I can't catch any more bait, by the time it gets really dark, then I'm probably gonna chuck at least one more catfish rod out, and we'll see if we can't get a catfish. Really want some big flatheads on this trip. That's pretty much the goal of the trip. I mean, the goal of the trip is to have fun, camp, enjoy being outside, breathe fresh air for 6 days, build my immune system. Well, I'm gonna eat dinner and we'll see what happens. So it looks like this storm is gonna go right over me, and I can see it over there going right around me. So that's pretty cool. At least I won't get hit by that. Well, I'm gonna make me some I'm doing easy on dinner tonight. Rice and chicken. I don't got a lot of these. I mostly have some minute rice, a lot of jerky, a lot of flour that I can make bread with if I ever do make fire. So I got this little stove. Pretty neat. Since it's so darn hot out and I'm lazy, I don't want to get wood and make fire. It's hot anyway. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna use this thing. Something like that. And guess what? On this trip, I brought silverware, so I'm not eating with my pocket knife. Yay! Yeah, so that storm that I wasn't gonna get. I looked at the radar again. I don't know, it's probably close to 11 o'clock right now. And it kind of materialized right in front of me. So yeah, I'm busy packing things up, getting them in the kayak, making sure everything that can't get wet, definitely in a dry bag or in something. Hopefully my tarp keeps me dry. I couldn't get it over that one corner, one end of the hammock as much as I wanted to. 0 more bites on the cut bait or the worms, so I'm just gonna call it a night and go to bed. And hopefully I don't get completely smoked by this rain, because that would be sweet if I didn't. I guess with that ends this this episode in this series. Not real exciting, but you know what? It's part of the trip, and hopefully the next one will be more interesting. Catch some cool fish. I will catch y'all on the next segment. Peace. Well, folks, this isn't exactly ideal. That storm hit me, and boy did it hit me.